Hello everyone, I'm Sarah, the creator of the RiutBag. You know the RiutBag Plus is not only a secure backwards backpack, it is also wipe clean, made for our new age where we need to think much more about surfaces and contaminants and do what we can to stay safe and also just a few practicalities. Make sure that you have your mask clip on your strap, and also a place to put your hand sanitizer to keep it on the outside of your bag so you don't have to be rummaging in and out of things all the time. I'm really looking forward to sending you your RiutBag Plus, and I now want to show you where we are in the production. So let me begin. The cutting and the printing is complete, and that means that the sewing machines start coming into play. And there are 22 people, as usual, who are creating the RiutBags, and they have worked on them for the last few years, so they know the shape and the peculiarity of my designs, but they also haven't worked with this material before. So it was a slow and considered production to make sure that it could be done properly. And a little peculiarity of our production is that it's winter in China, in the south of China, and whilst the south of China is actually a subtropical climate, the minimum temperature it gets to is about, let's say, 12 or 13, and that actually has an impact when you're working with tarpaulin, because had we been making it in the summer, it would have been 30 or 35 degrees, which actually makes the material much more pliable, and that's when we were prototyping. So they actually found the production in much cooler temperatures to have an impact on how easy it was to make it. But as I said, they just took a little bit more time and said, if we're making this design again, please let's do it in the summer. But it's managed to be done, and as you can see, it's just a good reminder that in all of our textile products, our backpacks and our clothes, every single seam has to be stitched by someone who is judging the materials, doing their absolute best to line everything up and consistently stitch the backpacks in the same way. And it still is human beings who can do that better than machines, because every single piece is a little bit different. Exactly the way it falls and how it comes together is it's just not completely the same on a complex design like this. I think a machine possibly could put together a very simple tote bag, but even that, I think it would struggle. So yes, we have real human beings who have made all the RiutBags, and here they are when they're actually complete. They are made inside out, and then there's someone who makes sure they are all right then sort of made the right way round over this enormous bamboo stick, which is very rounded around the edges. And then they are checked by people at the factory. They're also checked by Daisy, my production manager, who would usually do that with me, and I would usually be there. But at the precise point that there was a question whether, could I go to the factory to be part of this, which I would always rather do, there was a ban on British citizens going into China due to the new strain of COVID-19 that was discovered. So it was not possible for me to go. And there was also another question on a more sort of more delicate cultural basis about how people in this local area would feel about seeing someone from outside China there, because whilst you would love to say to every person as you walk down the street, don't worry, I was part of the government quarantine and I've had all my tests, you can't really do that. And a face that seems to come from a different place is still deemed to potentially be a potential danger. And that was certainly still the case in December. And I hope that is going to change over time, so that there's a time when I can go back to the factory and be much more engaged in the process at an earlier stage. Because what's going to happen now is that your RiutBags are going to come back to the UK, and I will check them all individually there. But really the best place to check them is whilst I'm at the factory. It means that we can make changes there on the spot immediately. And I'm so glad that I've already worked for years with my production manager, who was she knows what I'm looking for. She is so careful, and she absolutely understands how I want all RiutBags to be. Next update from me is going to be from the warehouse, but we are still on track for me to be sending you your RiutBag Plus in April. So that's it for my manufacturing update for now. So everything's on track, and I'll be doing a couple of extra videos to explain things like a course that I'm doing, an online course that you can come and join me in, that I'll be doing live, but I'll do a separate video for that. So for now, thank you everyone.